Hey guys, this is Sumie Tachibana. So for today's episode, there's a few things I want to talk about, but first I thought I'd show off one of my latest pieces that I made earlier today. So this piece is a neckerchief, and I've shown a few neckerchiefs before, but I want to go a little bit more into detail about design as well. But first off, let's talk about the fabrics. This is an Italian wool, and it has like a little nubby textures going, like circular nubby textures going around. And this kind of fabric, it's very, very high end. Think like Giorgio Armani and Prada. They would be using this type of fabric, and it ranges between like $20 to $40 a yard. So very, very nice fabric. And down here is a lambskin. I use lambskin a lot for my clothing and accessories because it's very soft and easy. Well, not easy, but it's very soft and it feels easy to work with. Deceiving. Okay, and then I use lambskin trim as well up on here, and it has like a cascading design. So I just want to tell you a little bit about why I chose to place things a certain way. The lambskin I put on the bottom, not only because I think it looks good to have a pointed tip with a made out of a different fabric, but I cannot put the lambskin up here because this is a cowl, and a cowl basically means, you know, it has like a scoop drapey neckline, and if you put the leather here, it would probably do something like that. And if you try to push it down and stuff, it'll start getting wrinkly over time. Not very attractive. So you don't want to put your leather up here on a cowl. If I put it on the side, you're probably gonna lose, like, it's, you know, your hair is gonna be in the way, or your jacket, and you kind of lose the whole reason why you put the lambskin, and that's probably one of the most expensive materials you'll be using. So you want to make that worth it. So I put it down here. Other thing last to note are these trims. I put it on the side to side. You don't want, again, you don't want to interrupt here. So I put it on the side where it's a little, you know, it's hidden away and not bothering the design. And then I made it asymmetrical just to follow the asymmetry of this triangle. And on the bottom, on the back, I put a snap closure like I do with a lot of my pieces. So I did that. And okay, so I thought today the main focus would be give you a little idea of the lines that I do and describe each of them, and give you a little quick sneak peek of the first process of starting a new line, because I think that'll be kind of fun. So the first thing is, I don't know if most of you know, but I have, technically speaking, 3 lines that I produce. The first one, and I just started this one, is the luxury accessories. And I felt like accessories, the accessories world right now, I feel like I could add something new to it. As a fashion design background, my approach to accessories is a lot like how I approach clothing. I love paneling, I love texture, I love structure, I love lining. So, you know, a lot of the accessories out there, your scarves, mainly scarves for your neck pieces, it's mainly scarves, that's what's out there, rectangular or square. And they're usually printed design, and it's folded in twice and top stitched. That's like your standard. And if you go to any department store, all the way from JCPenney's all the way up to Bloomingdale's or Saks, Fifth Avenue, a lot of it is like that. You know, it's printed on silk, you know, for the higher end, and polyester rayon for the lower end. And for me to do these interesting neck pieces, even like, you know, a neckerchief, I feel like I'm bringing some new kind of design to it, you know, and it's not just a printed fabric that's a square or rectangle, but I think it'll be fun to, you know, bring multiple textures, you know, and really pay attention to a lot of the details. of the different textures and the different fabrics and placements of your pieces to an accessory. So that's how I kind of really wanted to get into luxury accessories, to kind of bring something new to the mainstream accessories, or particularly neck accessories. So I hope I hope it works. I hope it gets popular, but I've been really enjoying that. And even like my scarves, I'll, there's usually at least two pieces of fabric put together. Generally, it's between like 3 to 4 different textures on each accessory for my luxury accessories, and it's a lot of fun. So I mentioned before, but if you go on my website and check out the Bound collection, I have you'll be able to see all the textures that I do to each piece. So the second one is the couture line. That one is where I just unleash and just have a lot of fun. I pretty much do, very selfishly, whatever I want, and just try to challenge myself, professionally, creatively, and try to see what I could come up with. And because I have very little time to do it, the collections usually end up being like 5 pieces altogether, but each one stands on its own, they're not like filler pieces. So I really enjoy doing those, and my time constraint is very tight. I'll try to push myself to do like 1 week, make the pattern, design it, have it done in a week, just because I have so many other things going on. And lastly, the last collection I do is called the Feloness line, and basically, as a designer, and you have multiple lines, or you have lines, you get a lot of remnant materials, a lot of leftovers, irregular, odd cutout, pieces from the fabric, and I use those pieces to make smaller accessories, one-of-a-kind pieces, and that's what Feloness is. It's a little bit simpler in design, so it's more affordable, and it's green. My way of being environmentally friendly, instead of just dumping all the remnant materials. When they're very small, I do admit I toss them, but I try to save as much as I can, and try to use them so it doesn't go to waste. So a lot of the Feloness pieces, there'll be smaller panels, maybe like, I try to use it as a design feature, but sometimes there'll be like a small piece, and it's because there wasn't enough of the main piece. So those are the 3 lines that I do, and for Feloness, I don't have to think about like, okay, for this season I'm going to do this. I just make it on a daily basis or weekly basis. But the other 2, for luxury accessories and the couture, I definitely do more of a standard way of, starting, with the sketches and the fabric boards and the mood boards, and then producing the line. So for that, I thought I'm just starting with my spring summer for 2014, so I thought I could show you the fabric board that I made. Not so much a board as it is a piece of paper, but this is the fabric board for spring summer 2014, and if you notice, it's like very black and white. I don't know, is this better? It's very black and white, and it's netty. I'm thinking of a nautical theme, so I wanted to do like fisherman's net inspiration. So I have a lot of those. So very excited about that. And as a designer, you have to work on multiple seasons. So this is for my couture fall winter jacket, which should have been out in March, but I moved from New York to LA, so didn't have a lot of time in the spring. So I'm going to do that now, so it'll be ready by this fall winter, because it's going to be in my store anyways. I'm not sending these out to stores. So this one is black, navy, gray, and silver. So I'll just put that up here. So this is probably one of my favorite parts. I have a fabric background, so I love playing with fabrics and, adjusting and kind of puzzle matching, which fabrics go together. what works. And I have a lot of fabrics here, and not all of them make the cut, but it gives me an idea of the direction that I want to go in terms of fabric. And the fabric will definitely determine the kind of things I design, because if a fabric is thick, you know, and stiff, I obviously won't be making like a drapey gown, you know, like a Grecian cape or something. So the textures on these fabric are definitely gonna influence how I'm gonna design. So it's very important. So this is the Couture Spring Summer 2014. So this needs to be done by September. And then this one is Couture Fall Winter 2014. I got a little excited with playing with the fabric, so I went a little ahead of myself. So this one has like a black and white and red and silver theme. So this one, Fall Winter 2014, needs to be done by March of next year. So after I finish these, I'll be working on this. And this is all like within the next four or 5 months. And the Spring Summer 2014 needs to be done by this September. So that's a little quick behind the scenes of what I'll be doing. And as I progress with my designs, I'll probably show you some sketches and other things of what's going on. So I hope you enjoyed this, and stay tuned for next time. Thank you for watching.